Hello my friends, it's Soga the Geek here, and for this review we're going to take a look at the DC Multiverse Black Adam Dr. Fate. Super excited to have this figure in the good old Shed of Solitude. I'm a huge Dr. Fate fan, so really stoked that we're finally seeing him in a movie, and I love this design. I love that it doesn't have eyes. It's sort of a creepy, faceless figure, very question-esque. So really curious how this plays in the movie. Love the costume design of this figure, of this character, and I love that Pierce Bronson, one of my favorite James Bonds, is playing Dr. Fate. And I also love the back of this packaging. A lot of love in this first segment of this review. So I love the comic art they use for this. The costume looks fantastic. So here he is, Dr. Fate. I picked this up off the McFarlane toy store, the online toy shop. They are really fast. They got this out within like a day, so super stoked to have him. So yeah, without further ado, let's open up Dr. Fate and take a look. And so here is Dr. Fate outside of the packaging. So first off, he doesn't really come with any accessories. He just comes with the stand that is typical of these McFarlane figures, as well as the trading card. It doesn't come with any sort of magical entrancements, can't say that word. You know how Dr. Fate comes with those magical things, those doohickeys, the things he projects? Dr. Fate doesn't come with any of those, so that's okay. It's Dr. Fate. I'll just have to use my imagination that he's doing some magic with his hands there. But overall, super happy with this figure. I am a huge Dr. Fate fan. So excited that he's in a major motion picture. And yeah, here he is, and he looks great. The costume looks almost alien-esque. So it's a cool update on his modern design. The helmet doesn't have any eyes, which is really neat, but then the configuration of the helmet, the sculpting, kind of gives you the impression of eyes, like he is kind of looking at you, even though he doesn't have any eyes. So I think it's a great, again, modern take on a classic look. The costume itself, again, it kind of looks alien-esque, and I love the armor around his shoulders, the chest piece, love the texture of the costume, love the cape, the gold behind the cape looks amazing. Look at all the detailing in the cape and those symbols and things like that. On my one, the paint application isn't the best, little blemishes here and there, but nothing that I'm too concerned about. Also, the chest, I don't know, excuse me, if the chest logo is supposed to be kind of off to the left like that. I think it might be by design. I don't know. It could be, but either way, I still really like what I'm seeing here. There's a look at the articulation. You see me moving the hands around. By the way, I'm doing a narration. I forgot to put my microphone in when I was doing this recording, so I'm re-recording this and watching myself. I know a lot of professional YouTubers probably do this all the time, but this is the first time I'm doing this, so I don't know if my voice is syncing well with what I'm talking about on screen. But here I am talking about the articulation. You can move him around really nicely. Looks great. You know, typical McFarlane articulation, but he has good movement to him, but he doesn't have a lot of armors and things like that. So he moves around really nicely. Also, I noted this earlier maybe, but the head, the helmet underneath there is sort of a blank face, kind of like the question. So I'm not brave enough to try to rip off the helmet, but I am curious if it's just like a blank faceless face under there that you can customize into a question action figure. But yeah, there you are. I'm trying to peel it up a little bit. You can kind of see it in there. But yeah, really happy with this figure and how it looks and the design of it. And I can't wait to really see it on screen. But coming up next, why don't we go ahead and take a look at Dr. Fate alongside a few other Dr. Fate figures. And I'm trying to buy me some time here because the recording's not syncing up. But here we go. Let's take a look at some other figures now. All right, my friends. So now let's take a look at Dr. Fate alongside a few other Dr. Fate figures. So in the back there, we have the Mezco Dr. Fate figure. Beautiful figure. Love that figure. He's amazing. Then we have the DC Direct Dr. Fate figure, and then finally the McFarlane Toys Injustice Dr. Fate figure. So the new Dr. Fate scales really nicely with most of these figures. Looks great next to this Injustice one. A little bit smaller than the Injustice version, but that's fine. You know, his body, his design is just a little bit different from the Injustice one, or very different. One's a video game, and one's based on a movie. But there you go. They look great, and you can really see that they're both Dr. Fate figures, but very different designs. And this is what I love. I love seeing new interpretations of classic characters while still maintaining what makes them the characters that they are. So in this case, the helmet, the design of the cape, the look of the figure, definitely Dr. Fate, but with a very modern twist to it. Here he is next to the super classic DC Direct figure. You can't get more classic than this DC Direct figure as far as a Dr. Fate figure goes. And again, this new one looks like a really cool modern interpretation of the classic figure. So I just love what they did there. I'm not going to bring in the Mezco one just because I'm lazy to take it off the stand. I'll show some more pictures and reels on my Instagram account so you can kind of see that in more detail. But yeah, again, really happy with this Dr. Fate figure. I purchased this Dr. Fate figure from the McFarlane store, the online store. They have been phenomenal with shipping stuff out quickly. If you order something today and it's in stock, they'll ship it out the next day. They have like Bane in stock, all the Black Adam figures are in stock, the Gladiator Superman's in stock, so you can really get most of the figures that you're looking for from the McFarlane store. Pre-orders, you do have to pay in advance though. I think that's the only drawback, but then the benefit is they seem to be the fastest with shipping these out. So there you go. There's my look at the new Black Adam Dr. Fate figure. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you, and have a great day.